for this one, I think we're gonna draw Harry Potter and one of his best friends. No, not Ron or Hermione. It's Hedwig! Alright, so we're gonna start with a little circle, kind of like we did with Chewbacca. I'm gonna put a little U underneath that circle. Then we're gonna draw the nostrils first. A little nostril. Now I don't want to make these nostrils too big because this is baby Harry's nostrils. Chewbacca kind of has a bear dog nose. Very different. So we got a cute little nose here with a little bit of shine on top. Because he's a little Harry Potter. Put a little mark here for where I want it. I think his eye should be. Maybe about right there. So I'm going to bring it around, just like I did the other ones. Dark line on top. Probably like a thin line at the bottom. I'm going to have it squint a little bit because he has glasses. There's the circle. I'm going to put the little glare in the pupil. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So put a little mark. I'm going to go over, up and over with a thick line. Thin line underneath. The circle. The little reflection spot, the pupil. Then you could draw a couple little lines in there just to give an idea of the iris. Then you want to go back over top, just so the eyes have hard contrast. A little eyelid, just a little U, just kind of over the top. Now let's start with the mouth. Let's jump right into it. So we're going to put a little U there to start, where we're going to put the mouth. A little smirk. A little smirk so he looks happy. It's a little cleft there, because he's young. And put a line going down, just like that, and a line underneath. So we're not going to put too much detail in the teeth, just because he's younger. And that's pretty good. Alright, so now we got his eyes here, and then we got his little nose, and we got his mouth. So now we have to give him eyebrows, because he would look really weird without eyebrows. And then maybe we'll move to some hair up top there. And then we gotta put in his scar that he got from Voldemort! Okay, so now we're gonna add his eyebrows. Now you could just do like these thin zigzag lines. We're gonna do long wispy lines would work really good for eyebrows. You could do squiggles, whatever is easier for you. Just don't get carried away. You don't want to give him like a big, bushy caterpillar eyebrow. Now he kind of has a big forehead. So I'm going to draw the scar first. So now we're going to start working on his hairline. We want to show the scar that's kind of parting through the hair. So I'm going to draw a line going down. Another line coming over here. That's going to be where his hair parts, kind of over his. We don't want to cover that eyebrow we just drew. Maybe we'll stop it right there at the eyebrow. Kind of looks like Justin Bieber a little bit right now. Sometimes we try to draw Harry Potter and it looks like Justin Bieber. And that's just okay. So I'm going to put a couple lines there, just like we did with Chewbacca. Alright, so now that we have his hair and his little scar here. That's very important detail. Very important. Now, we should finish his head shape. And then we will finish the hair, we'll do some ears, and we'll do a chin. Okay? So we're gonna start with the cheek. So you kind of want to give it just a little bit of a cheek here. I'm doing both sides here, just like a little, nothing big, just like a little lump. But notice I did it with a heavy line for the chin. I'm gonna connect the two, just like that. And do the same thing on the other side. So now he looks boyish and young. You don't want to add a lot of wrinkles or extra lines when you're drawing young characters. Every wrinkle you add, it adds 5 years. Okay, now I'm going to come up to the top. And I'm going to hook all the way around, just like that. I'm going to bring it all the way down, somewhere around there. And his ear is going to come up, right up in that area. I'm going to bring his ear in just about right here, just like a little lump underneath. I'm going to put a little squiggly in there too, or two, just so that it sounds like he can hear you. Like the ear canal kind of thing. Bringing down the hair a little bit behind his ear. Because he hasn't had a haircut in a minute. Getting a little scruffy. Now I'm going to come up the other side. Couple lines just kind of going up. I'm going to hook it all the way around just like that. So he has... I'm going to draw his ear kind of like where it's going to be. So I'm going to draw the hair right in and connect it straight across just like that. Couple little wispy lines. So now we're going to add those lines, kind of continuing through, just like we did with Chewbacca's cheeks. You know, we're coming out, it's coming up from the part. You can add as many as you like or as few as you'd like. A couple thin lines, let's do a couple straight across, just like that. And these are those shapes I was talking about. You want to keep those shapes. Put a little thin one over here. Put another over there. Couple thin wispy lines in there until it looks like he feels like he has a head of hair. I'll put a couple more even. Maybe one over here. Maybe a couple more. Just little ones. And a big one over there. Going across. Maybe one more in the back here, just so it feels like his hair goes back a little further. Now we're going to start the glasses. You draw the little bridge first, which is like a little lump. Make a big circle, don't be afraid. You only get one chance at this if you're using marker. We're going to do the same thing on this side, real big. Just follow those eyebrows, they're kind of like your guidelines. If you're using a pencil, you can erase. With markers, you can. And I'm just going to put a little square and color it in, just so that way. Alright, so now you can see he has a full head of hair, and he still has a scar, and now he has glasses so he can see everybody really good. Now, we need to give him a neck, we're going to give him a scarf, and then we're going to give him his owl friend, Hedwig! Alright, so now we're going to start drawing his neck. We're going to draw like a little U line. We're going to kind of give him like a little collar there. So it's another little U line on the outside, which will give the illusion that his neck is in, you know, his robe or his shirt. I'm going to start drawing his scarf. We're going to go up and kind of around. Kind of comes down because it kind of sachets over him. Maybe it like whips back this way. Kind of like doubles up on itself. Because a scarf you want to double up 2 or 3 times. We're going to go across here. It goes down. Gets a little bit clumpier right there. I'm going to draw another line in here just to make it look like it's folded over better. And bring his scarf straight down so it feels like there's a shoulder there. Like it's kind of hanging off the shoulder. So now we're gonna change tunes for a second, and we're gonna jump over to the owl. We're gonna draw Hedwig. So we're gonna draw a simple shape here. Start at the top of the head, just like a lump, like we've been doing. We're gonna do a zigzag line, because he has these crazy eyebrows, owl eyebrows. You can do these big eyes. I'm just going to darken those in. We're not going to draw them the same way we did the other ones. Little tuft right before his beak. The beak kind of comes down, just like that. Kind of makes him look witty with the eyebrows. And I have a little more tufts here, because they have a lot of feathers. I give him a little bit of eyelashes there. We're going to put some more little feathers in there. The more those wispy lines you have, the more feathers it'll look like he has. And then it comes down here. I'm going to put a little back there, coming around because she's going to be kind of sitting there. And she's very beautiful. You got to add lots of feathers to her. I'm going to put a little tuft here, kind of like we did with Chewbacca's chest. I'm going to go a tuft. Now you can do a zigzag line, or you can just do these little quick wispy lines. I'm going to come underneath here. This is the bottom of her belly. Then we put a little indent where the foot's going to come out. And this is the feathers, the back, the main wing. That wing kind of comes in right there. Just drop it in with a hard, heavy line. Maybe a few light feathers under here. Gotta make her look pretty. Like she's been primping. Make them look fluffy. I'm gonna add some other tail feathers down here. Now the floof under the bottom there, that's for the feet to come out. That's not the feet. If you like the way that looks though, you can just stop there if you want. We're gonna keep going. So I'm gonna draw a couple more little tufts. More feathers the better. You can draw as many feathers as you'd like. Go feather crazy. It looks like an owl. Yep. Now we're going to do Hedwig's feet. We're going to bring these down here. across. And we're doing sideways feet. So it looks like she's sitting on Harry's hand or his arm. Does it look like she's happy? Because we want her to look very happy. Because this is her best friend Harry. Baby Harry. Alright, so now we drew his neck, we drew his scarf, and we got his Hedwig. Yes, so now all we have to do, kind of looks like Hedwig just floating there. And I know birds can fly, but not when they're not moving. So now we need to draw Harry's arm, like holding him, and maybe put a wand in his hand, because it's magical. Alright, so now we're going to continue his shoulder down. Maybe we'll put a little line for his shoulder over here, underneath his scarf, because he's little. I'm going to put a couple little drape lines. Now I'm going to start to draw the top of his hand, like the knuckles. You can count how many lumps you have. You want to give him knuckles, like three or four knuckles. I'm going to give him about 3. So I drew 3 lines. I'm going to kind of come up underneath. This is his hand. That's one finger with a U. I'm going to do the same thing with the others. I'm going to come under. I'll draw this one first, probably. There's another one. I'm going to offset them, actually, a little bit. There's 2. There's 3. Just like that. Now his thumb kind of comes around, so I'm going to put it in front of that finger. Just like that. I'm just going to draw almost like an oval. I can draw a thumbnail if I want. And I can connect it down. So it looks like he's giving a fist bump. Now we put an arc underneath, so that's the hand. Now once you have the hand kind of where you want it in place, we're going to do like we did with Batman's neck, or Michael Keaton's neck. You're going to put these kind of loops underneath. Because this is the sleeve of his robe. We'll put a couple there. So it looks like his hand's kind of popping out of the robe. And maybe we'll do another one. Depending how much you want to look like the robe's kind of draping down. Maybe like that. Kind of like that. Now I'm going to draw a little wand in his hand. Just something simple. I mean, you could draw it straight in. You can color it in as you go. Just like a little zigzag, like kind of a little straight. Not quite so straight. I want mine to be a little crooked. I'm just going to color this in kind of quick. And I'm going to put a little bit of magic in the end here. Kind of like these little zigzag magics. Little sparkles. Again, if I'm going too fast, you can pause it. And to kind of finish it up here, I've got to draw, Hedwig look like she's floating right now. I'm going to put a tuft for my arm, connect it around. Something like that. And again, now Harry usually has like a Gryffindor symbol on his cloak. You can draw it on there if you want. I'm not gonna draw it. I'm just gonna roughly draw one on there real quick. Kind of like the shield. But I'm not gonna draw it because the wand is there. I don't think it's necessary. So I'll just kind of put it there just like that. You can move it over, or you can move the wand if you want. Here's his armpit. That's where his arm comes down. A couple lines, maybe some zigzags, just so we know. Because he's wearing droopy clothing. And that's about it. It's magical.